Tonight, SALCC officials say the law will be upheld in the aftermath of a student being arrested on compound for being in possession of a substance believed to be marijuana. A local principal says St. Lucian teachers are concerned about the move by Education Ministry officials in Trinidad to adopt a zero-tolerance approach to teachers having extra lessons in exchange for money. And emotions are still running high following the murder trial of Amber Geiger and the shooting of one of the witnesses in the trial. We have the details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Wednesday, the 9th of October 2019. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We're on Flow, channel 117, also being simulcast on Kiss FM. You can also watch on our website. It's www.caribbeanhottv.com or on our free Caribbean Hot FM mobile app. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. A student of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College was recently arrested on compound for possession of drugs. As is the norm with young people, the incident was captured on video and has been widely circulated on social media. The video shows officers confiscating and searching a black plastic bag containing what appears to be marijuana. Students can be heard jeering and suggesting to officers that the offense is minor as the contents are only, quote, bushweed. A representative of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College spoke with Hot 7 TV News about the incident, saying the law will be upheld on the school's compound. Jacques Wooding begins our reporting.
Parents and members of faculty of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College are shaken as a recent video of students makes its rounds. The video in question shows a very well-known area at the college's compound, often referred to as the Big Tree. However, instead of students on lunch or completing assignments, a police arrest is seen taking place. The incident took place on October 1st, 2019, and involved 1 student and 3 police officers, as surrounding students jeer officers to cease arrest.
Wow.
The students can be heard shouting, "Allow him, officer," and "That's bushweed," as officers search a black bag confiscated from the student in question, containing what appears to be marijuana. A decision was made by the officers on site to proceed with arrest, and the student is seen handcuffed in uniform, being guided away by the officers. Concern has been raised by members of the public in regards to the protocol in place to deal with criminal matters on campus. As many say, it appears as if police officers were called in to investigate the student. Lecturer and Public Relations Officer of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, Natalie Jolie Fannis, spoke to the Hot 7 team, saying that this is not the case. She says that the campus has a steady police presence due to its public nature and heavy tourist visitation, and it is more likely that officers observe the students as it is fully within their jurisdiction to investigate.
The nature of the compound, the Sir Arthur Lewis campus, is that it is very open, and there's also a public road running through the campus. We've had a lot of security issues, not just on our main campus, but on the outskirts as well, leading to the campus. So we've always engaged the police in terms of security, and they do patrol the area, and they have been present on campus, and sometimes we don't even know because they have their way of doing things. So we have had a presence of officers before, and in this case, I guess they were just observing, and they executed their duties as necessary. But it was not our security, our campus security, who issued the arrest or anything. It was the work of the police.
She says student safety is of high priority to members of faculty, and the police presence has been requested in the past in order to ensure such. It is likely that the area is now subject to regular patrols. She adds that given the demographic of the college, many students are considered adults under law. Therefore, she cautions that such offenses will be seen as criminal acts with equal consequences.
Well, we are always concerned for our students' safety. And again, as I said, we know that we are an open campus and anybody can come onto the compound as well. So we are happy to have that kind of assistance from the police to support the security measures that we do have in place. If it is illegal activity, then it has to be dealt with in that way. So we do not harbor any issues here. And like I say, our director of security is a police officer, former police officer himself. So we have been working with the police for a while with all of our security issues.
The Sir Arthur Lewis Community College commends the work of police in ensuring safety on compound and says it is unfortunate that some students choose to partake in illegal activity. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
Thank you very much, Jacques. A memo from the Ministry of Education in Trinidad and Tobago made the rounds on social media and caused a stir throughout the region with strong opinions for and against. Education officials in Trinidad and Tobago have made it clear that the practice of teachers having extra lessons at school for monetary contributions should stop. The memo indicated that the practice is not in keeping with the ministry's policy as it is an additional burden, plus it views the school day as sufficient time to teach. The principal of the Ave Maria Girls Primary School in St. Lucia is weighing in on the matter and says the decision on whether or not to have paid after-school lessons should rest in the hands of parents and not government officials. Solange Alfred reports.
Paid after-school lessons are commonplace in St. Lucia, but regional education counterparts in Trinidad and Tobago are doing their best to stamp out the practice. A memo from the Office of the Chief Education Officer in Trinidad and Tobago, dated 23rd September, reads, "It has come to the attention of the Ministry of Education that principals continue to allow teachers to provide extra lessons at schools for monetary contribution or remunerations. These lessons usually take place before the official start of the school day and more often after the dismissal of school." It goes on to say, "Please be advised that this practice is not in keeping with the policy of the Ministry of Education as it causes a burden to parents." Principal of the Ave Maria Girls Primary School, Valerie St. Helen Henry, says the memo in Trinidad had a ripple effect in St. Lucia and was met with concern by teachers.
I did see the memo and it raised a few eyebrows. My teachers were concerned. Some persons thought it was relating to St. Lucia. However, we've just seen a memo, but we do not know what are the circumstances that led to that being instituted in Trinidad. So I would really want to maybe find out, we need to find out why. There might be many reasons, but in terms of as an experienced teacher, principal, and a mother as well, I think the offering of after-school lessons, it's a good thing once it is managed and monitored properly. Parents request it because you do have children who need a little extra reinforcement of whatever that was taught, or to also reinforce on their weaknesses.
The view of Trinidad's Ministry of Education officials is that there is adequate time to cover the curriculum during school hours, and providing extra lessons at a cost should not be used as a pretext to complete the curriculum. The officials add that if additional work is required to reinforce the material, then it should be done without a financial burden on parents. St. Helen Henry concedes that not covering the curriculum during class time and doing so during paid lessons is unacceptable.
It's been said that there are persons who do the curriculum, like they wait to do it at lessons time. This is unethical. This is not right. This is unacceptable. Okay, and I believe that if this is taking place at a school where the principal, even if the teacher is doing it privately, she's doing it at a school, the principal needs to be aware of what's happening in the classroom, because it's the same children in the school that you are responsible for, and you have to answer to their parents. But the parents need to play their part as well in doing the monitoring and ensuring that they're getting what is worth. You understand? So I think all in all, it's for St. Lucia, I don't think it's a problem as such.
The memo sparked conversation, with many opposing the ban, saying it hinders teachers from earning an additional income. St. Helen Henry says, though the extra money is always welcomed, most teachers providing paid after-school lessons do it from a place of passion and genuine need to assist students. I'm
speaking from where I am, and I know that there are teachers who actually, there are some children, the teachers are giving lessons and they're outside hanging around, maybe waiting for their parents. And instead of them hanging around, the teachers do invite them to come and take lessons for free. And I am aware of that. So I don't think that teachers depend on the lessons money per se. I don't think so. Also, the teachers are making a big sacrifice. There are persons as soon as it's 3 o'clock, they cannot wait to get home. They have their families, they have their kids. But the teachers are making huge sacrifices to stay back 3 hours after. They have to do their schemes, they have to correct books and all of that. So it's still in the end something coming from their heart as it's a sacrifice they are making. So it pays off in the end, both ways. They get paid for their talents, and the children are getting an education, an extra reinforcement of what is happening in the classroom.
After-school lessons are known to range from anywhere from $40 to hundreds on a monthly basis. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
The annual Teachers Rally was hosted on Sunday, the 6th of October, as part of the commemoration of Teachers Week. During the event, President of the St. Lucia Teachers Union, Julian Monrose, called on teachers to celebrate their contribution to the development of St. Lucia's human resource. However, he called on families and the church to step up, stating that the bulk of the task of raising children into functioning adults has been left to teachers. President of the St. Lucia Teachers Union, Julian Monrose, was fired up at the annual Teachers Rally. Throughout Teachers Week, he has sought to boost morale within the teaching profession, reminding teachers of the nobleness of their profession and the important role that they play in nation building. He encouraged teachers to come together to celebrate themselves. He said they hold the keys to a peaceful society by empowering young people through education.
We have to get together as members of the profession and feel all right. If we don't celebrate ourselves and the work that we do, who will do it? No one. I can tell you, certainly not the Ministry of Education. So we have to come together under the umbrella of the SLTU and celebrate ourselves. We know our contribution to nation building. We know our contribution to developing a new world, creating a new world order. And it is work that we must take very, very seriously. We understand more than anybody else the importance of education. In fact, one great writer said, in a world that is so turbulent, these words are very important. One great writer says, education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace. So if you want a peaceful world, you must start with people having a proper education.
Monrose says the responsibility and burden on teachers has never been greater. According to him, the responsibility for training up a child, as they say, has been left to teachers. He calls on institutions like the family and church to step up in the lives of children and take their rightful place alongside teachers as nurturers.
The homes must play a role in educating children. These days, what we see is that once the children have their uniform, once they have books, once they have a lunch kit, and they have bus money, and in some cases they don't even need that, then now the business of the teachers, the business of schools. The homes now, in many cases, have forgotten that they have a role to play in creating the model citizen that we need. We don't seem to know the Japanese proverb that says, a child educated only at school is an uneducated child. Yes, we have an important role to play in school, And we must take that seriously. But the home, for us to have successful students, well-rounded, well-educated students, the home must play its part. And I dare say also, the church, because it appears to me that even the church is losing a lot of influence in this country, and that is sad.
He also took the Ministry of Education to task for failing teachers and students collectively.
Give us the support, give us the resources to do the kind of work, because we know it is serious work. And we're saying we can do a much better job if we have support, if we have resources. Because education takes quality teachers, quality tools, and a quality environment. That's where you can have quality education. What is happening in education today? Well, this year I was not surprised when the national culture seemed to have come to the fore at the opening of school. I think right now it's part of the culture to begin to repair schools 2 weeks before the opening of school. At a time when we have all kinds of planners in the ministry.
Monroe says the role of a teacher is ever expanding, and as such, their continued hard work deserves adequate recognition, which the SLTU will continue to fight for. Students of the St. Lucia Sports Academy say they are elated to be on the official campus of the academy at last. The Hot 7 team spoke with track athletes Janae Clesse and Maya Jade Napoleon as they describe their journey thus far. Jacques Wooding tells us more.
As the first cohort of students at the new St. Lucia Sports Academy, student athletes are treading unmarked territory. This clean slate has presented students with the opportunity to create new records, said track athletes Janae Clarison and Maya Jade Napoleon, as they prepare to set a standard of excellence at the sporting and education institution. The students say returning to the official campus has been a relief, as it is an indication of progress. As they continue their academic journey, the students await the commencement of the sports program, one which they hope will allow them to excel in the inter-school sporting championships, as well as presenting opportunities for scouting so they can move on to sporting programs at overseas universities.
For us, it's an exciting thing. We moved from the pastoral center to the facility, and everybody's excited to move from the pastoral center to the facility. Well, as one of the track athletes, we're just waiting for the dorms to be ready so that we don't have to be going home on the afternoons. So everybody's excited that we see things getting there. So classes, it's like a normal day for everybody at the secondary schools, just that the periods are shorter. Well, for me, that when I run my 100 meters, that's a sprint, that I'll get a gold medal and make my school proud, because it's a new school, newly founded school, the St. Lucia Sports Academy. So I'm hoping that since we have track and field athletes, cricket athletes, football athletes, we'll dominate in all three sports.
Alright, so what are your
trying to qualify, high jump, beat my score on the running, etc. for character.
The students spoke of the bond and unity that has been fostered among fellow athletes and had words of encouragement to other students interested in attending the St. Lucia Sports Academy.
It's been working out because everybody getting to know each other, new pairs. We're not we don't know you, we don't. So we get to know each other, work with each other, help each other. So yes, that's what I am. We unite, right? So we're not one, you just come, I don't know you. We work together and we see everybody succeed together. If you, as a young individual that succeeds in sports and you want to come to the St. Lucia Sports Academy, I think that you should make it a choice, an option, because we here we do things at a high standard and we see everybody succeeding in school and in sports.
As the students settle into their campus, measures are being actively put in place to ensure a safe and healthy environment is provided. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come, a sting operation uncovers modern-day slavery connected to a church. Nicki Minaj weighs in on the aftermath of the Amber Geiger trial and the shooting of a witness in the case. And all hands are on deck to help bolster the cruise sector ahead of the November opening of the season. We have these stories and more coming up after the break.